Hello, my friend, and welcome. If you're a real estate agent with family at home who wants to achieve greatness in your career, then you've landed in the right place. Look, we all want the same thing. We all want a real estate career that's defined by personal growth. That's defined by achieving the earnings that allows us to live the lifestyle that we desire and provide legacy and support for the people that have come behind us. To lead a family life that's defined by an amazing relationship with our spouse and a life of presence and support and experience with our kids. To have a home that's beautiful, that's organized, that's comfortable, that's where we want to be. And also to have a sense of physical fitness, to have a sense of self-care, to make sure that we can survive this thing for the long haul because our body's in good shape, which in soon leads to our mind to be in good condition, that spiritually we are aligned, we're harmonious with who we're being on the outside is aligned with who we are being on the inside. We're not having to fake it every damn day. And if you land on this page and you're thinking about the idea of becoming a purposeful practitioner, then you know that something's missing. You know that it's there, that this life is possible. This have-it-all lifestyle as a real estate agent can be achieved. But unfortunately, perhaps regardless of what you've tried, right? You're invested in personal growth. You want to get better. And you've tried so many different things. And every time you try something, you enter this endeavor and you think to yourself, it's going to be better when. And when that thing happens, whether it's getting more leads or getting a team member or starting a team or getting an escrow coordinator, I don't care what it is, going to a lower cost brokerage, that when comes and things are still the same. Maybe you're still experiencing chaos in your practice, or maybe you're not as connected with your family or present as you want to be, or financially you're not achieving the traction that you thought you'd have, or quite honestly, you don't know what's next. Maybe you feel like you're just on this ongoing hamster wheel in your practice and you don't know when it's going to end or whether you're ever going to feel like you're ahead. It doesn't have to be that way. So what we're doing here is we're doing what we call the Practitioner's Challenge. And the goal is to offer you a framework of thinking across 6 areas that can allow you to become intentional to design your path to being a practitioner that has it all. That has the family life that you desire, that has the physical health and the mental health and the spirituality that you desire, that has the career defined by personal growth, that skills, production, finances, all those things that you desire, but it comes with intention. Now, before we dive into this, if you're watching this, you get, you know what, Clint? I'm fine. What you're talking about is full of it. I don't want to do that work. I don't think any of that is real. Then goodbye. Because what we're about to cover requires someone who's committed to achieving, someone who's committed to being on purpose, someone who wants to achieve in multiple areas of their life. If that's you, then let's go ahead and dive in on what we're going to cover. Okay? Area number 1 is we're just going to do an introduction. On Sunday, we're going to do an introduction video. We're going to walk you through. It sounds really simple, like, hey, we're just going to get on Facebook. We're going to do this challenge. But there's a lot of little intricacies and details that we got to go through to make sure that you're successful. Okay? I'm going to say it later. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it again. This is not an exercise in gathering knowledge. This is not an exercise in learning and just getting gluttonous with knowing shit. This is an exercise in getting things done and making a change for you. So what that means is this group, after we're done with this challenge, about 2 weeks after, we're taking it down. Because this isn't going to be something where you just say, oh, hey, I've got those recordings. Someday I'll go look at them. This is somewhere we get together, we do the work, you share with others, and you find this personal growth that's required. Okay, so we're going to cover that in the introduction. Day 1, what we're going to do is we're going to cover meaningful, short, and long-term goals. It says homework there, pardon me. You are going to have some homework. Yes, every day you will have homework. And that homework is very simple. It's going to be a learning exercise or doing exercise. After you've done that, you're going to consolidate your learning. You're literally going to reflect on what you've learned. You're going to share that reflection. Then you're going to read the reflection of others, because the others who see this might have a different viewpoint of what we've learned or something I've said that hit them in a certain way. And in doing so, it's going to deepen your learning experience because it's going to broaden your mindset to what we see. And then you're going to go live. We're going to get you comfortable getting on this video and going live with your feelings, with your revelations, with the outcomes, and what that's going to change for you. Those 3 steps are going to anchor this change into what you do. Okay? So the first day is going to be meaningful, short, and long-term goals. Look, the most beautiful thing about our career as practitioners is that we can write our own ticket. It's also the worst thing, because it creates no clear structure for a career path. Look, sports are easy. I grew up as an athlete, and sports were super simple. We all play in a league, and the goal is to win the league. We all play in a national league. The goal is to win the national championship. It's very simple. We're all going in the same direction. But now, as independent practitioners, we're in different stages of our life, in different stages of our knowledge, in different stages of our financial path. The goals are different. And unless you have a meaningful process to creating what's meaningful for you in this stage of your life, any road's going to take you there. And let me ask you, if you take any road, are you really going to get where you want to go, or are you going to get wherever that road takes you? And if you're getting wherever that road takes you, are you really in control of your life? Okay, so that's day number 1. Day number 2 is going to be results and truth, and then spiraling to success. Look, my friends, I don't care whether you agree with me or not, but this is the truth. We live in a society that has taught us that as long as we have compelling reasons, those reasons and those stories can be equally as important, if not more important, than the actual results. So if you're frustrated that maybe you've been trying really hard, you think you've been trying really hard, you're not as far as where you want to be in certain areas of your life, but you've really compelled yourself to believe these reasons and stories, then you've fallen subject to the idea that reasons are more important or equal to results. So we're going to get to the truth of what's happening. And we're going to focus on the facts of the outcomes. And based on those things, then we're going to use a process called spiraling that puts you in a position to consistently adapt and evolve and achieve success. No more bullshit. We're actually going to create a scenario where when you write goals at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, they're there. And it starts with being committed to truth and the facts. Okay? On day number 3, we're going to dive into the mindset of preeminence. What does this mean? This is just the way that you live, the way that you communicate, the way that you practice. It creates attraction to you. We're going to reinstall an operating system in your brain on how you communicate, such that people know that you have their best interests, such that people know when they talk to you or they refer someone to talk to you, their best interests are at heart. This takes you out of a position of pursuing and puts you in a position of attracting. On day number 4, we're going to talk about knowing your numbers and what to measure. Look, I cannot tell you how many times I've met with an agent and they say, I want to double my business and I'm going to double my practice and I'm going to do this and this and this and take on this and right? They think they've got to make these massive changes in all these areas. When in reality, what they don't realize is oftentimes to double, you got to make a little tweak here, a little tweak here, and a little tweak here, and those things are interdependent, and all of a sudden you've doubled your productivity. Unfortunately, we just pursue all these shiny objects and never get where we want to go. And we exhaust ourselves in the process. So we're going to know our numbers and we're going to know what to measure to be able to create the change that we want to change. The change that we want. Okay? On day number 5, come on, we're going to focus on client generation and nurture. How do you handle a big list of clients, of people who are interested in buying and selling? Okay? And it comes down to talking to the right person with the right message at the right time. But how do you do that? How do you manage so many relationships and so many people's wants, needs, desires, fears, all at the same time and do so in a way that they feel completely and totally cared for, heard, understood, and served? Okay? It's a simple concept, but it requires substantial discipline to a system. We're going to dive into that. We're going to unpack how to do that and put you on a path with consistent systems and routines to do so. Okay? Finally, on day number 6, we're going to go into the presentation fallacy. Look, as practitioners, we're put in a situation where people feel like we need to be the creators, the magic makers, when in reality, it's not about us. It's about the clients. It's about them. So we're going to go into a mindset and a process that allows you to remove this feeling like you have to be the magic maker. Rather, how you help people get where they want to go. This is a fantastic part, and it's really, really freeing, changes the way that you communicate and interview for opportunities. Okay? So that's the roadmap, and that's what we're going to do. Now, here's a little bit of housekeeping, just so that we all understand. This video is going to be on the top of our Facebook group that we're going to go through, and it's also going to be shared a number of different times. Why? Because we've all got to be on the same page as we go through this process for it to really work. So number 1, look, this is a group experience using the Facebook platform. That's what it is. We are creating a Facebook group. It's a private group. And together we are going to go through this adventure. We're going to learn, we're going to share, and we're going to grow together. Okay? If you have a gripe with Facebook, I'm sorry. If you really want to make this change being part of it, activate your Facebook account. Only look at this group. Only look at the notifications for this group, and you don't have to look at any other political posts or anything else like that, okay? But if you want to get the most out of it, joining the Facebook group is a must. Number 2 is that assume that you're here to level up. You're joining this because you want to be more, do more, and have more, or any mix thereof across all these categories of your life that are important to you. What does that mean? That means this is not a knowledge or information gathering exercise. I already said that. I'm going to keep saying it. It's not this thing where it's like, hey, neat to know. Wow, I have this revelation I feel really cool about now that I know that. I don't want you to feel cool. I want you to be doing stuff. I'm going to be taking this information and applying it. Knowledge is not power. Execution is power. Okay? Next one is you got to do the work. Okay? And it's not going to be like drastic amounts of work, hours and hours are going to bury you. We understand that everyone has a lot of things going on in your life, so we're just breaking this up. In the past, we've taught this in one like full day session and people leave going, rah! But the reality is it becomes very difficult to implement when you just go through immersion. So we're just going to take a little bit at a time. We're going to focus our learnings a little bit at a time, and you're going to leave with an action plan. But you got to stay up and do the work. Okay? Number 3 is be honest and be supportive. Look, this isn't a platform for everyone to claim how great they are, tell stories, and try and create some hierarchy or pitch someone in the group about something else. We're here as real estate agents with families who want to live and achieve more. We want to have meaningful lives that are balanced and have it all. Okay? So that requires that we're honest, we're supportive, we're humble. We're not here to sell each other. We're not here to claim that we're better than each other. We're here to work together to make meaningful difference in our own lives. Okay? Number 4, turn on your Facebook notification. Read your emails. Look, there's a lot of little details and intricacies. The idea is simple. Hey, let's get together for 7 days. Or 6 days, excuse me. I'm going to share some information. We're going to take some notes. We're going to learn together and go do some stuff. Simple. Surprisingly, there's actually a lot to it. So please, turn on your notifications, read your emails, and stay up to date. Number 5, respect the privacy of others. There's going to be a scenario where people are going to get vulnerable. They're going to talk about the discoveries they've had or the things that they've been missing or the challenges that they're currently struggling with because of certain decisions or aspects in their lives. And that must happen for growth to happen. For you to be involved in this is a free group, but we're going to come together and we're going to grow together. And we have to trust that what we say here stays here. Okay? So if you join this, the expectation is that this is a private group with private conversations that stay there. What goes in the Practitioner's Challenge stays in the Practitioner's Challenge. All right. And number 6 is details matter. Okay, there's going to be a lot of details. I've talked about it different ways. We're going to send you posts and emails, and pay attention to the details. You'll see how all the pieces fit together. We're going to do our best to make it all make sense and make it easy for you to follow. But at the end of the day, we're going to need you to pay attention to the details. Okay, my friends, that is the Practitioner's Challenge. That's why we're doing it. That's what we're doing, and that's how we're going to get there. I really, really look forward to seeing you there. I am excited to learn from you, excited to share with you, and watch this happen. Thanks for watching.